Hello and welcome to another update video about DOT. The markets are incredibly quiet at the moment, incredibly quiet. We're currently dealing with this sideways range still. I've made a small change to the microstructure within this sideways range, but really just added a WXY pattern in there. It's now super complex, and it looks to me as if the Z wave that we talked about in this wave 2 correction could be a WXY correction itself. So the idea was that, okay, wave 1 topped here in March. We talked about that, okay. Quick look at the bigger picture. That's the overall wave count, bigger picture. When we look at the dot chart here, where we say, okay, we have the white count. That's what we are predominantly watching for at the moment. In the white count, we are probably in the late stages of a wave 2 correction. So B wave bottomed here in October. The C wave might be unfolding right now, and the C wave should be a 5-wave move. So we have a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 to the downside, a third wave to the upside, a fourth wave down, fifth wave up. That's sort of the idea, and that can take us to the all-time high to around about $54. However, the condition is that we're holding obviously above the $4.60 level, or let's call it $4.50, because any break below that level will, definitely make me doubt this bullish 1-2 setup assumption. The formal invalidation point is $3.55. So we're dealing with this wave 2 correction, just hovering below a trend line. So an upside breakout above the trend line could be an interesting signal that we're starting to move, okay? So watch for that, okay? What I could imagine is that it's maybe forming a descending wedge here. Obviously, we don't have enough touch points for that at this stage, but it might be, I don't know, it might be working on that. Wedge pattern might form one more low and then it could go or something. Just something to keep in mind. But also here on the smaller time frame where we have this trend line, we are likely in the late stages of this wave 2 correction. Maybe it bottomed already, but then this is not a very clear bottoming structure. So at the moment, I'm tracking here a so-called WXYXZ pattern. We're now in the Z wave. Next downside levels to watch are $5.92, $5.66, $5.50. and $4.99. They are just the next downside Fibonacci levels. Today, DOT isn't really moving at all. So DOT is still holding there below this descending trend line. And the last rally that happened yesterday was only a 3-wave rally. So it looks like a B wave top. So what I'm dealing with here is a wave W, wave X, and the Y wave. And in the Y wave, I have an A, B, C structure. What I would say is what we need to be watching for this week is that descending trend line. A break above the trend line here on the 4-hour chart could be an early upside breakout signal. In addition to that, what is much more important than that, because, well, break above it would indicate that maybe this Z wave isn't playing out or transforming. But that could take us to the important $7.80 level, $7.77. Only a break above that level would indicate something more bullish. Because even if we break above the trend line, it still means we are sort of in this range, right? It just could continue meaningless sideways action. So to get a little bit more exciting or excited about DOT, we really need a break above the upper green line of that range boundary, or the upper boundary line of that sideways range. In addition to that, if we form another low, then I already told you the levels. What is really important is that $4.60 level is holding, because anything below that would put us in no man's land. I mentioned that before. That would indicate that we are in the space between ideal wave 2 support and the invalidation point. So we're not invalidated yet here, or the setup isn't invalidated, but the likelihood increases, and this additional buffer zone is then being used, which is never great, and typically the setups fail then. So very important difference between what an invalidation point is and the support level. Just please be aware that at the moment there is absolutely no sign that a low is in place. All the rallies from the April lows and so on, they have all been corrective. So we have to have more patience. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.